Alright everyone, we're back with a follow-up to our midpoint review Conquest video. We've red crated now, so I want to cover how we got there. It's your scruffy looking scoundrel, your crazy Carillion solo straight. And I'm here with the free-to-play red crate breakdown of how we were able to do it. So, for Sector 1, we got all the feats available to us in Sector 1. Sector 1's not that difficult. In Sector 2, we did not get 7 of the feats. We didn't get the Victor's feat for the boss. It was bugged when we did our playthrough. It has since been patched. You can go and do it now. I just had not gone back and gotten it, but I didn't do it. And there was 2 nodes I did not 3-star, and it was because I didn't have the death disc set prepared at the time, and then ran out of stamina with some teams doing some other feats. We were also unable to get the Star Killer specific survival feat because, as you can see, I don't have Star Killer unlocked yet. I am working on them. Almost there. Sector 3. I'm missing the No Attackers feat. It's not that difficult. It's worth 10 points, but I opted to do the Inquisitor's feat to show you how to do that for anybody struggling with that. So if you can't get the Inquisitor's feat, swap it with the No Attackers. Sector 4, the only 4 points I did not get in Sector 4 was from the boss battle. All Inquisitor full team has to survive. I can go in there and I can win, but they don't all survive. And then Sector 5, we got all the feats. So I'm going to show you how to do that, especially for the hokey religion feat on Malgus. That's kind of a fun one. Our global feats, as you can see, I did not get 16 points. And that is because I did not do all the kills with Darth Revan and Malgus, which means I did not get the disc for the 15 points on the Dread. The Dread was bugged at the time, so I just did not focus on that. However, it is patched and fixed now, so if you're struggling with one of the global feats, you can opt to do that one instead. Alright, so what I want to do now is jump in and break down actual specific feats. The first one we're going to look at is the 300 Purge in Sector 4. You have to have the Inquisitors to do this to apply the Purge mechanic. So, we're going to be talking about the data discs. This is not the death disc set. You don't want to kill these people off because they are not going to want to waste your resources. And I mainly speak on the Frenzy Tech consumable. Okay? I don't want to waste it, so I'm going to let the time run out. It's a very grindy feat, but it is possible. So the disc, you're going to run 2 Amplifying Agonies, a Honed Skills disc, and that's because you want to add potency. You want to get some shock debuffs from Emperor Palpatine on these enemies. Your Thermal Exhaust and your Vitality, because that's going to add your health and protection to your team. You're going to need that, okay? So, at the same time, we're going to go into the Jedi boss node because it's the easiest. They are like paper. Just shred right through them. It's the easiest boss node in the entire metrics of the game. Also, the Inquisitors have anti-synergy against Jedi. And so if you notice with the 8th brother, we're going to run him because he can apply Purge up to 6 times per unit. And we're going to run the 7th sister because her IP shock prod will allow some anti-Jedi synergy to also gain more purges on that. We're going to run Watt and put the weapons tech on the 8th brother. That's to allow him to be able to have the opportunity to add more purges. And we're going to start the battle out with the AoE after that with Palpatine to get the shock on everybody, get the debuffs, and you just start whittling away, adding the purges with all the Inquisitors. Obviously, let the time run out, so we're going to speed it up a little bit here. But you're going to let the time run out so you can save the Frenzy Tech. And I got something special for that Frenzy Tech. You'll see it later on. So each one of these battles, I'm going to let the time run out. It's going to be a lengthy video. It's going to be a little boring at times watching the clock run down. But I need to save the Frenzy Tech. It's the last one I had. I didn't have any more in the stores. So maximize the use of your resources. we're going to go into the 50 kills with Inquisitors in Sector 3. Now, again, Sector 3 is worth 10 points. I did not do the no attackers feat. The no attacker feats is not that difficult. So if you can't get this one to work, if you can't get the Inquisitor feat to work, for whatever reason following this guide, you can not do the Inquisitor feat and do the 14 battles with no attackers in your squad, but they're 14 actual wins. So things like your frenzy tech or other consumables, they're going to be gone. So if you're using that in a compilation with discs, they're going to be ran out. So just keep that in mind. So again, we're going to let the time run out there. I did forget to record this battle, unfortunately. So it's kind of after the fact. But it's going to be the same team. We're going to run the Palpatine lead because we need that shock. We need to be able to stop basically the enemy from taking turns and be able to apply debuffs to help the Inquisitors actually kill them because they're weak 3-star low gear Inquisitors. For the discs, we're using the power disc, which is going to give 35% offense and 27% critical damage chance to the Inquisitors. We're going to use potency calibration because, again, potency is good to get that shock stuck on them with Emperor Palpatine lead. 2 amplified agony discs, a hone skill disc in order to add potencies, a fierce persistence disc in order to recover some health, and the vitality to add health and protection, of course, again. We do have the critical damage booster consumable, the health steel med pack consumable, and the frenzy tech consumable. As I said, we're going to keep letting the time run out because that's the last frenzy tech I've got this entire conquest, so I got to save it for special feat. Also for this, for the kills, we're going to purposely go to the Imperial node that we found because they get to revive based on their mechanics in the actual conquest. So you are allowed to get up to 7 or 8 kills and still let the time run down. So that's how you're going to knock this thing out. It's still very, very grindy. So I wanted to cover that. Also in Sector 3, we're going to talk about Stagger. Now, Stagger is, again, worth 10 points. I didn't do the attacker feat. So between the Inquisitors and Stagger and the attackers, you got to do 2 of the 3 the way I did it, getting the 630 points for the red crate. So keep that in mind. But for Stagger, it's kind of simple. It's kind of easy. You're going to run your JML Hide Attune team, right? This is a Conquest, oldie but goodie. In its short time that Conquest has been out, people have learned this. So you want to do JML, JMK, Hoda, Shock T, and then whatever tune you want to apply a debuff. In this case, we're going to use Veteran Han because he applies Stagger. He applies Stagger on his basic up to 50% chance in his second attack if the enemy's debuffed. So to that point, we're going to make sure to run the disc set with a voluntary vanguard so that we can get the marked on JML so they keep attacking him. 2 amplified agonies to get those debuffs on them because you want to be able to apply Stagger and you got to have debuffs for Vet Han to be able to do that. The vitality to gain just a little health and protection. And we're going to make sure to single out a Phoenix node without Sabine Wren because we don't want AoEs. We don't want a chance they kill off Han. And it's pretty simple. As you can see, JML, I took the mods off. And I did that because I didn't want him to obliterate the team. I didn't want to, when trying to apply debuffs and stuns and things like that, I didn't want him to kill off members. The idea is not to kill anybody, but to apply Stagger. And the strategy is very simple. It's the same every conquest for anybody that's got a tune that needs to apply a debuff X amount of times. You're just going to use the Jedi team to keep assisting that tune if they're light side to apply those debuffs, which Vet Han is. So as you can see, you basically are just going to keep spamming the call to assist on Vet Han, and he's going to keep applying staggers. So this one's very fast, very quick way to knock it out. No problems there. Sector 4, we did the 50 kills with the Geonosians feat. Wanted to cover that. So for this one, the discs are going to be your amplified agony ×2, your home skills to keep potency up, and your vitality for health and protection. That's about all you need. It's going to be the same thing with the critical damage consumable, the health steel med pack consumable, and the frenzy tech consumable. And again, I don't think these are needed, but I couldn't let battles end in victories. I had to keep letting them run out because I need that frenzy tech that I had. So it gets a little lengthy again. We're going to jump into light speed, speed up the battle, because it's a little, just kind of, boring to watch. But it's all because I'm saving the Frenzy Tech disc. And again, I got something special for that Frenzy Tech disc coming up. You'll see in a few minutes. So the idea is the same. We're going to go to the Jedi boss node because they hit like wet noodles. And it's a paper team versus a paper team because they're going to death by 1,000 cuts each other. It's a excruciating battle. My Geos probably wouldn't have done as well getting kills any other node. And like I said, we're just going to speed it on up so that we can get those kills, but save our stamina. Mainly, though, saving that Frenzy Tech disc. So that's going to bring me to Sector 5. We're finally here. We're finally going to use the Frenzy Tech disc. We're going to finally consume this thing, getting the Hokey Religions on Darth Malgus. That's right. We're going to do Hokey Religions on Darth Malgus. We're going to be able to do this. I decided to have some fun, play around, and I'm going to actually run, first off, data disc set's going to be our death disc set. So I'm going to put that card up here right now for anybody. I did a video already on the death disc set. You need to check that out. The death disc set is 3 caustic ignitions in this case. I would prefer to have an ability exhaust. I did not find one this Conquest, but I wanted to show you this variation. It still works. You get 3 caustic ignition discs, 2 amplified agonies, and a thermal exhaust. That's the death disc set, guys. It's going to obliterate pretty much every node you want. 3-star most things, all right? It's just going to apply a lot of damage over time debuffs, and you will melt away your opponents 90% of the time. I mean, there'll be some harder nodes, but it's going to work for you. So, we're going to have some fun. We're going to play around with the new character exclusive, 50R-T, Sortie, as she's been called by CG, because I wanted to have some fun, play around with it. Death disc set. We're going to run the droids with R2, T3, BB-8, and 3PO. And as you can see, I'm just going to apply my best mods, my god tier mods for my GLs on those droids, except for Sortie, because she don't apply. You can't add, 6-dot mods on a 3-star character. But I just wanted to have some fun, basically speed them up, because I didn't know what I was going to be getting into here. And it's a lot of fun, all right? And so we start out the battle. We're going after Darth Malgus with Sortie and some droids in the death disc set. And the idea here was I wanted to see what they could do and maybe even get 3 stars on the node as I was getting the Hokey Religions. However, BB-8 let me down. So once BB-8's gone, we decided we're just going to hit auto, see what happens, see how the battle carries out. And the droids did it, guys. They totally obliterate Darth Malgus. So Sortie's going to be a character you might want on your radar long term because she looks very, very intriguing at low star. Of course, it's Conquest, so the discs do play a lot into that. But she looks like a fun character with the droids, so that's going to be a team you might want to work on. So as you can see, we did the red crate, free to play, no money, just powering through it. That was possible. We also, as we're going for Darth Malgus, right, want to make sure if you have any trouble with any feats, anything I didn't cover, please comment down below, right? Reach out to me. If you're struggling, you need a team comp, a disc comp, you need some just guidance, right? Because Conquest is a bit grindy. You might get stuck. So just comment down below if you're having struggles with that, and let me know where I can maybe help you out. I do have some bonus for you, though. For those of you who have red crated, I'm going to show you how to get ahead of next Conquest. This is a trick a lot of people don't know. But you can add your energy with refreshes now, and it will carry over to next Conquest. You actually start next Conquest with that. So if you have 78, 79 energy max, if you have more than that, it doesn't work. You can only get 1 refresh. But if you stop around 78, 79, you can actually increase your energy twice. You can refresh it twice with the 50 crystals, and you can get up to 318 or 319 energy to start next conquest. So that's going to help you out. So for anyone who red crates each and every conquest, and you get done early, be buying that energy when you get around 78, 79 max energy in your pool, and that's just going to help you out because it's going to gain you more battles for Sector 1 next conquest. So for anyone who was watching this, who saw the challenge video I laid down that I was going to red crate free to play and thought we couldn't do it, never tell me the odds.